And finally, Parliament had to approve the acting Chief Justice, Lordship Baffoe. I say, or no any Chief Justice for Ghana. I say, or no any Supreme Court judge. Now, there was a massive clash, a massive banter in Parliament during the approval process of the acting Chief Justice. Afenyo Markin, any minority, a clash with majority in Parliament. Mema nchiri mu no akere wadwen amame. Ewo comment section. How you Penyah Block Media. Make sure say need mo. Obe like video, not that my subscribe button, somebody click the notification icon of latest update. Somebody chale wadwen da mame. Ewo comment section. Make sure about so no share so anya bi ahwe. Enti anwa ene call parliamentary sitting any hearing. Not the first sitting because you call sitting you know. The first sitting no na the approval of the acting Chief Justice, His Lordship Baffoe, na you could determine the fate. Say you be no, and that's second hearing. So the budget reading, but you budget so. But for now, let's deal with the approval of the Chief Justice. Now, another panel, and you could determine the fate of the acting Chief Justice. Emma BPI successful, but there was an issue. There was a banter in Parliament. Obakaya. During the vetting of the acting Chief Justice, Lordship Baffoe, there was an issue. Abra or state said, in his youthful age, Oma will be 70 years. On about Atay dine, as Atay, Oma 70 years. Because not Osuro, as ABS or come tell you 30 years, and I tell you 30 years, and I'll be fientum, or Baba Tunas, or Bobby Kunawanas, or Bobby Dinibon, internal. He intentionally gave Atay 70 so that by the time Atay returns home, Omrana or no, Baffoe, he is dead and gone.
In my youthful days, I gave somebody 70 years. Atayi, I gave him 70 years. And what I told myself was that if Atayi was given 30 years and he comes back, my family will be the first family he will attack. So by the time he comes back after 70 years, I'll be dead and gone.
Emma, Omeki is such comment, social media man for like say, any idea we can do? If you say now, you are using emotions over the law. What the emotions in the who feel it means any in very other salsa. Enya temu enya se bonu mo die eswa ketu de woni the feelings and the intentions of the judge. And that says etwa. Emma ekofa a whole lot of issue eba Ghana hanoma. Emma that day no. Afenyo Markin clash with the acting Chief Justice. I can say that he doesn't deserve it. Oh, ni say your man or your throne so about crime or be Chief Justice. Ewa Ghana, Emma Obeka Krana, Okoti, Shakespeare's Macbeth, a quote, a ready editor or no, Ewa name Emma and Ekin Keb. Emma, right after that, majority leader Mahama Yaliga, also clash with Afenyo Markin. Emma free honomono, the state attorney general couldn't get a doctor. And also, I got the interview, Emma also or reply the action of Afenyo Markin and how Afenyo Markin, see, drag the acting Chief Justice. It has the acting Chief Justice crown. Ghana for no able and shut down your sister ever Atay issue now or the betum mono anyhow or see give out the judgment that's a Ghana for Israel any my how was he bad the ehu eti yenya wetre kakra and rano any copy mu ewo Ghana Parliament as na you could determine the fate because vetting we vetting na you hwe say you be man kwai you be to ama no as Chief Justice and now say ye mfani si we ko pe ofofro eti majority caucus in Parliament and raise this concern ewo Parliament House for no raise the Busiana Parliament House enye easy butu back and forth hey we be candidate.
What I pursue to be my duty here, Mr. Speaker, is to edge it out to Ghanaians why we have taken a stand. Amongst the other things is that, Mr. Speaker, we see this practice. This is very serious. That the executive is controlling Parliament and Ghana. Mr. Speaker, the executive...
Honorable member.
The executive...
Honorable member. Please. The statement you just made is a very serious statement. I sit here as I sit here, please, there is no executive that can control me. I want to assure you.
Right, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I pray thee. Maybe I didn't make myself clearer. But what I mean, Mr. Speaker, is that, and Mr. Speaker, I think I need your protection.
Is mandated if there's petition to remove a Chief Justice or otherwise, the proper procedure was followed to the end. And if you have a challenge to that, it is not on the floor of Parliament that you come and challenge that. Mr. Speaker, the nominee, if you look at his experience, you and I, Mr. Speaker, with all humility, were members of the Appointments Committee when we vetted him in 2008. I was a backbencher member of the Appointments Committee, and he's been there for 17 years. Mr. Speaker, if you look at his impeccable records, you will be wondering why has he not been Chief Justice long ago. Because, Mr. Speaker, this is one person that has run his career through almost all the government. He got to the bench through President Rawlings, as indicated by even the committee's report. He got to the High Court through President Rawlings. Then, through President Kufuor, he went to the Appeals Court and the Supreme Court. And he's one of the very experienced persons that we have. If you look at his experience, if you look at the things that he's been able to do, even academically, and you wonder why he was not even made a Chief Justice earlier. But like we said, everybody marks his time. This is his time. This is the time for Justice Paul Baffoe. And Mr. Speaker, we must support him and encourage him to be able to give out his best, as he himself had indicated in the record. But Mr.
We beka, now we abeka, now we abeka, now we abeka. I'm even cross state attorney general ebeka ne
Mr. Speaker, I am sure the minority will, do well to listen to what I'm going to say. Mr. Speaker, he gave us three cardinal pillars on which he is going to transform the judiciary. He said he is going to introduce rules relating to procedural clarity and flexibility. Second, he is going to introduce efficiency in justice delivery. And third, accountability at all levels of judicial decision making. This is what we need at this point in time in our history. This is what we need for the judiciary to be independent and to perform and deliver justice to the people of this country. Mr. Speaker, on the issue of pending suits, I am, or let me say my office is, a nominal defendant in all the suits. And I know better, looking at the Constitution and our standing orders, than to comment on pending suits before the courts of justice, whether it is the ECOWAS court or it is our own judiciary. But, Mr. Speaker, I want to assure this House and all Ghanaians, our citizens who are listening to us, that nothing untoward, no untoward conduct has emanated from my office. And the minority, with all the experienced lawyers that they have, including but not limited to the Honorable Minority Leader himself, should know that if the Supreme Court comes out with its decision saying that the process of the removal of the Chief Justice was groundless, in other words, there was no ground, there were no, legal grounds for the removal. Mr. Speaker, no, listen to this, listen to this. If orders are made, the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has no option but to obey the orders of the court. In fact, if he does not obey, the Constitution says that that is a high crime that will result in his removal.
Minister
So,
and Attorney General, this is an area that I've given a directive on. You have to move away from it and let's focus on the matter before the House.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Minority Leader is on his feet, yes.
Attention, Ekasewe and Afenyo Markin, Edberg and Gam, no.
To me in his submissions. To the extent that I feel misquoted, I just want to take the opportunity to correct the fact on record. He contends that the minority, with all its lawyers, including me, have misconstrued the matters at the various courts, and goes on to make further submission that should there be any ruling in favor of the plaintiff, Her Ladyship Justice Tokonu, Mr. President would obey. Mr. Speaker, the gravamen of my contention and that of my colleagues is to the effect that the learned Attorney General's office, with the time given to file defense in the suit, has failed to do so. That was the argument of bad faith we raised, that in ECOWAS court there's a time, and if we really want to enrich our constitution and enrich democracy, that when a person appears before court, parties to the suit, however nominal, would make their views known. And Mr. Speaker, the learned Attorney General, by making inference to my submission, again says that he is merely a nominal. But as nominal as he is the only party the Constitution provides as the one to file a defense. So it was his duty to take issues, traverse the matters, and Mr. Speaker, throughout the period, he did not. And it was the reason why we argued that, look, having failed to do that on time, you've created a certain lacuna, you've created a certain situation that goes against the rights of the respected former Chief Justice. That was the contention. I was not raising any other thing, but rightly saying that if you had failed on time, especially when you were served with all the processes on time, look at the way the injunction application was speedily heard. The substantive matter was pending long before vacation, and even after legal vacation, you didn't file a defense. You later went to the court to file a process for leave for extension of time, to file your process out of time. Meanwhile, we were receiving a nomination. Meanwhile, Parliament was again bound to hear the nominee. This was the argument we made, and it was not to attack the issue before the court. It was the action of your office, and that is why we raised it. So let that
Minority Leader,
yes, Mr. Speaker.
We have heard you.
Very well.
Etiho, and a majority caucus in Parliament, a movie motion for head count. Exactly, and it's idea. Ya the dumb door, and a determine the fate of something. Etino young twaba. There was ya omukoya head count no. Na NDC for honomono, omudo a 163, and MPP for honomono, omuye 69.
the division has been unnecessarily claimed. Honorable members, please resume your seats. Honorable members, the motion has accordingly been adopted. This Honorable House has accordingly approved the nomination of Justice Paul Baffoe as Chief Justice of the Republic in accordance with Article 114, Clause 1 of the 1992 Constitution, respectively. I want to take this opportunity to, on behalf of the House, congratulate
not just the member say His Lordship Paul Baffoe or no, and I just say it's here Parliament approving as oye the Chief Justice and I say oye Supreme Court Judge Emma or my Ghana. I'm a minority no there almost still they are not okay. Come believe we say Debbie. How as a BBA SCIN there was a rush.
So, Speaker, what may likely create some genuine crisis in the minds of people will be the invitation of Parliament in helping install a new Chief Justice and the court subsequently, if matters before it are resolved and goes the other way. So, Speaker, for the avoidance of doubt, Article 144 mandates the President, and the President's power to also nominate a Chief Justice is not impaired at all, and it's not challenged. The President has exercised that power by nominating Justice Baffoe. Parliament's approval function, like all other constitutional powers, must also be exercised consistently with other constitutional provisions, Right Honorable Speaker, including the separation of powers, judicial independence, the sub judice rule, and also respect for pending processes. Right Honorable Speaker, Justice Paul Baffoe has less than 2 years to retire. And we respectfully hold the view that this process must also not be rushed. And with all the benefits available to him and the powers available to him as acting Chief Justice, we believe the balance of convenience arguments really can hold sway here. And what is this balance of convenient arguments here? If Justice Paul Baffoe is approved by Parliament today, Right Honorable Speaker, and the ECOWAS Court or Supreme Court decides otherwise, Mr. Speaker, the Constitution does not give direction on how to deal with such matters under such circumstances. Mr. Speaker.
Please, Honorable Member, may you move from that and go to the next topic. You have other issues, go to that.
Right Honorable Speaker, it is our considered position, and we hold a view, and in complete fidelity to the law, that we believe that these processes, we can hold on with it and exhaust the processes. And it's on this basis that we join the House and also call on the House as well to reject the nominee. Thank you.
You know, there was a rush. So, no, Obika said we shouldn't rush. Just a day. There was a rush, and this, you know, His Lordship, Justice for Baffoe Bonnie, Obeya Juma Asave NDC, but Omeya Juma NSave Ghana. This is, you know, the feeling of the minority. What's way to actually waging Amame? Do you think sir, it is deemed appropriate for His Lordship Paul Baffoe Bonnie to be appointed as Chief Justice? And I said no. Nanka was penny for a dream omo. And I said, Accra. So the waging Mame, comment section. Hi, Penyah Media, Accra.